Welcome back to Actual English, everyone. I am Jennifer Clyde. It's great to have you back. It's time for lesson 347, and let's talk about Christmas season part 2 and focus on shopping. So, have you gone Christmas shopping by now? I would assume the answer is yes. Okay. If you haven't bought gifts yet, well, you are in trouble. I began to buy Christmas gifts from early December because I knew that department stores and shops all around the place, they would be crowded and very busy. Perhaps even, during Christmas season, the closer it gets to Christmas, prices tend to go up as well. So I try to avoid all that craziness by starting my Christmas shopping a bit earlier than usual. So I started a bit earlier, but I still do have maybe 1 or 2 more gifts to buy. Better get to that today. Anyhow, shopping is our topic for today, so get ready to listen to today's actual talk.
I'm going Christmas shopping today.
Wow, where are you going?
Oh, I've got a lot on my list. I'm going to hit Gangnam. I'm going to hit, I don't know if the Coex is open, but in that area around there, there's some shops. I've actually got a lot of places to go.
Yeah, there's a big selection, isn't there?
There is. There's also some wonderful places opening up in Gyeonggi-dan, boutique places that are very unique. So I want to go there as well.
Wow.
How about you? Where do you shop?
Oof, all over. Gangnam, Myeongdong, and in Ireland, actually, I used to go to the main street, all these lovely little shops with lights and people singing carols and stuff. But I'm not a huge fan of shopping, but I've kind of warmed to Christmas shopping, if you plan it right.
If you plan it right.
Yeah.
Well, in Canada, it can be pretty crazy. We have this concept of midnight madness, which everybody looks forward to.
Sure.
That's the day after Christmas.
Right.
It's kind of an extended day. And
Boxing Day.
that's,
right?
that's where all of the discounts are. So a lot of people actually look forward to that day more than they do Christmas shopping.
Ooh, not me.
But if you plan it well, then I'd say I'd enjoy it too. But it's always difficult to figure out how much to spend because you can go overboard easily.
Oh, you can, yeah. And all these discounts and all these lovely gifts as well. And I get lost in the Christmas spirit, the smell of the trees around, being sold in the street, and But I like to spend a lot of money on people I love,
Sure.
And I love buying gifts. It's great fun giving them and being thoughtful and taking your time, to purchase something nice, a treat.
I rein myself into, I limit it to only my close family. Otherwise, the generosity can definitely make you broke.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And that was Gareth and Kelly talking about shopping. Don't we all get excited when we go shopping? The scary thing is that sometimes if we don't calculate or keep track of how much money we are spending, later on after buying all those gifts for everyone we want to give gifts to, you might go broke, end up with no money in your bank account. Anyhow, let's take a look at the conversation. Here we go. Kelly began by saying, I'm going Christmas shopping today. So the point is to go Christmas shopping. Garrett says, so, wow, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going Christmas shopping? Kelly says, I've got a lot on my list. Have a lot on one's list. What does that mean? If you say, I'm going to go grocery shopping, and somebody asks, okay, what are you going to buy? If you have to buy many, many, many things, you can say, I've got a lot on my list. Meaning that you have many, 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 many things to buy. You could also say, I've got a lot on my list when it comes to having to do a lot of things. So when you have a lot of work at the office, okay, and somebody asks you, are you done at work? When will you be done? You could say, wow, I still have a lot on my list to do, okay? So you could really make use of to have a lot on one's list. Any other point is, she has a lot on her list, meaning she has many, many gifts to buy Where? At many different places. She says, I'm going to hit Gangnam. Hit here means what? Does not really mean to punch somebody or to hit somebody physically, but hit in this case means to arrive in, to land on a certain area. Simply put, it means to go to, okay? So she says, I'm going to hit Gangnam. I'm going to arrive in that area, meaning I'm going to go to Gangnam. I don't know if the coex is open, but in that area, in the surrounding area around the coex, there are some shops. I've got a lot of places to go. I've added to here to complete that sentence. Often you will hear people say, I have a lot of places to go. I have a lot of places to go. I have many places to go. But actually, go to would be the proper way of ending that sentence, making it a complete sentence. But to is often, it's omitted. Okay, so keep that in mind. The point is, she has many, many places to go to. Moving on, Garrett says, there's a big selection, isn't there? There is a big selection, meaning there are many places to choose from. There are many places to go to. There is. There are also some wonderful places opening up in Gyeongnidan. Okay, and she gives examples. Boutique places that are very unique. So she's talking about this area, okay, the Gyeongnidan area, how they're opening up, meaning shops. There are new shops that are opening up, okay, boutiques or boutique places. What is a boutique? Well, this word has been around for a very, very, very long time. Some people say it's too old-fashioned, so they don't want to use the word boutique. But boutique is still used in some cases, especially if you're talking about clothing stores. They're usually small in scale. They're not very large. They're not big, but they're small shops, usually selling very expensive clothing, even expensive accessories. We can call those shops boutiques or boutique shops, boutique places, okay? But she's saying there are a lot of boutiques opening up in the Gyeongnidan area that are very unique. So I want to go there as well. And then she asks, how about you? Where do you shop? All right, let's check out where Gareth shops. He says all over Gangnam. All over a certain area, meaning, well, in all parts of Gangnam. Also, Myeongdong. And in Ireland, let's see where he used to shop. In Ireland, I actually used to go to the main street. What's at the main street? All these lovely little shops with lights. And people singing carols and stuff. I see. So for Christmas, he would usually go to the main street where there are many little shops, okay, that are decorated with many Christmas decorations such as lights and, carols being played everywhere. But I'm not a huge fan of shopping. Here we go. I am not a huge fan of shopping. So he doesn't like to shop, but he says, I've kind of warmed up to Christmas shopping. Okay, let's take a look at that. I have kind of warmed up to Christmas shopping. Warm up to something means what? Let's say, for example, if you don't like somebody, are you warm or cold towards that person? People tend to be cold toward people they don't like. Okay, you don't care about them, so you're cold. But when you care for somebody, when you like somebody, yeah, you have warm feelings for them. So you're nice to them. You behave warmly. So when you say to warm up to something, it means to become to like or enjoy somebody or something. Okay? To kind of become to like someone or like something. means to warm up to something or someone. So although he's not a huge fan of shopping, he's kind of warmed up to Christmas shopping. He's slowly begun to like Christmas shopping if he plans it right. Okay? In Canada, here we go. Kelly says, it can be pretty crazy. It can be crazy. We have this concept of midnight madness. What is midnight madness? Okay? Which everybody looks forward to. They anticipate. Here we go. She explains. That's the day after Christmas. Okay? We're talking about midnight madness. Midnight madness is the day after Christmas. So it's kind of an extended day or extended holiday. And then Garrett says Boxing Day. I guess in Ireland they call it Boxing Day. In Canada, they call it Midnight Madness, where people go shopping the day after Christmas for these huge discounts. And she says, that's where all of the discounts are. So, a lot of people actually look forward to that day more than they do Christmas shopping. Okay, they look forward to when? That day, Boxing Day or Midnight Madness, more than they do Christmas shopping. But it's always difficult to figure out how much to spend. Why? Because you can go overboard easily. That's a pattern for today as well. Here we go. To go overboard is what? Give you an example. Imagine that there is a line, okay, or a limit, for example. If you go over that limit, if you go overboard, you're going over that limit, meaning you're doing too much of something, okay? In this case, doing too much of spending would be spending too much money, right? You could sometimes be overly excited. That could be to go overboard sometimes. It basically means to do too much of something. Okay, go to extremes, for example. So she says, it's always difficult, it's very hard to figure out how much to spend because you can go overboard easily. You can spend way too much money easily. Now Garrett says, oh, you can? Yeah. I get lost in the Christmas spirit. Get lost in the something spirit. Do you think it's a good meaning or a bad meaning? Does it sound positive or negative? Get lost in a certain spirit, especially when you're talking about Christmas spirit. It means that you really enjoy it. You forget about all the bad things. And you're so trapped in that Christmas spirit. It's nice, okay? It's festive. And he says, the smell of the trees being sold in the street. But, you know, I like to spend a lot of money on people. So he likes to spend a lot of money on people. I love. People he loves, people he cares for. He does not mind spending a lot of money. He says it's great fun. It's a lot of fun. It's great fun giving them. And being thoughtful, meaning being considerate, and taking your time to purchase something nice. Taking your time. That's true. Taking your time to actually buy something for somebody is very important. If you take time to do something, it means that you spare time to do something, okay? You make that extra effort to spend some time to do something. So he says it's very important. It's great to give people something. It's great to spend time buying gifts for people that you love. Moving on. Kelly says, I rein myself in. I limit it to only my close family. Okay, let's take a look at this pattern here. I rein myself in. Rein itself, or rein, this means to refrain, control, okay? But if you say rein oneself in, it means to control someone or to control something. Okay, that's an idiom we'll take a look at later on. So she's saying, I rein myself in. meaning I try to control myself. I only buy gifts for my close family. Otherwise, if I don't do so, the generosity can definitely make you broke. Okay. You can go broke, which means to go bankrupt. Okay, which means to have no money to spend. Broke is another word for bankruptcy. Okay, to have no money. So she's saying, if I buy gifts for everybody because I want to give to everybody, I'm going to go broke. It'll make you broke. Well, Merry Christmas, she shouts, and here we go. And Garrett says, yeah, Merry Christmas. So we know what Kelly usually does when it comes to Christmas shopping or Christmas gift shopping. She usually shops only for her close family members, but Garrett seems to buy small gifts for many more people that he really cares for. Okay, what is it for you, everyone? Think about that as we take a listen one more time.
I'm going Christmas shopping today.
Wow, where are you going?
Oh, I've got a lot on my list. I'm going to hit Gangnam. I'm going to hit, well, I don't know if the coax is open, but in that area around there, there's some shops. I've actually got a lot of places to go.
Yeah, there's a big selection, isn't there?
There is. There's also some wonderful places opening up in Gyeonggi-dan, boutique places that are very unique. So I want to go there as well.
Wow.
How about you? Where do you shop?
Oof, all over Gangnam, Myeongdong, and in Ireland actually I used to go to the main street, all these lovely little shops with lights and people singing carols and stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of shopping, but I've kind of warmed to Christmas shopping, if you plan it right.
If you plan it right.
Yeah.
Well, in Canada, it can be pretty crazy. We have this concept of midnight madness, which everybody looks forward to.
Sure.
That's the day after Christmas.
Right.
It's kind of an extended day. And
Boxing Day.
that's,
right?
yeah, that's where all of the discounts are. So a lot of people actually look forward to that day more than they do Christmas shopping.
Ooh, not me.
But if you plan it well, then yeah, I'd say I'd enjoy it too. But
Yeah.
it's always difficult to figure out how much to spend because you can go overboard easily.
Oh, you can, yeah. And all these discounts and all these lovely gifts as well. And I get lost in the Christmas spirit, you know, the smell of the trees around being sold in the street. And yeah. But, I like to spend a lot of money on people I love, you know.
Sure.
And I love buying gifts. It's great fun giving them and being thoughtful and taking your time, you know, to purchase something nice, a treat. You know?
I rein myself into, I limit it to only my close family. Otherwise, the generosity can definitely make you broke.
Yeah, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready for today's actual expressions? Okay, then let's take a look. We've got hits. We're not talking about boom hitting, but we're talking about arriving in, landing on something, or going to a certain place, right? So, enter, reach, turn up, show up, go to are all synonyms for hit. In winter, a lot of people hit the ski slopes. People hit the ski slopes, and that means that people go to the ski slopes, ski resorts, to ski, right? I'm going to hit the shower. I'm going to go into the shower stall, meaning I'm going to take a shower. Okay, so hit can be used in many different situations, but today it meant to go to a certain area. What about boutique? Let's practice the pronunciation. Boutique, it's an E sound, long E, boutique, boutique. We're talking about shops and stores that are rather small, not large, but small. They're more like specialty shops. Thoughtful is what? Drop your jaw. Thoughtful. Thoughtful. We're talking about being courteous and friendly. As I mentioned, to be considerate is to be thoughtful as well. Broke, here we go. Broke, it's one syllable. Bankrupt is a synonym. Penniless is another good one. Okay, penniless means to have no money. And here's some slang using broke. You can say flat broke or stone broke, which means 100%, completely broke. When you have no money at all, okay, you can say I'm flat broke, I'm stone broke. You're just stressing that you really have no money. Okay, so keep these vocab words in mind. And let's go on to our first pattern for today. Now, warm up to someone or something. Warm up to. Think about that warm, cuddly feeling. Okay, you're becoming friendly. So when you become to like something or enjoy something or even someone, you can say, I'm warming up to something or someone. Here's a sample sentence. It took some time for me to warm up to my stepbrother. But now we're like best friends. Okay, do you understand what I mean in this sentence? Okay. Sometimes it takes some time to get used to somebody, to become close, good friends. So you can say it took some time. It took a while for me to warm up to my stepbrother, but now we're like best friends. Okay, so it took some time for us to get closer, but now we're best friends. Go overboard means to go over the limit, to do too much of something. Okay? This year, I'm not going to go overboard on Christmas decorations or with Christmas decorations. So, this basically means I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to go crazy with Christmas decorations. I'm going to limit it. Okay. All right, and moving on to our final one. Rein someone or something in. Rein in. Rein in means to control something or someone. Here we go. I told you 1,000 times to rein in your spending. Hey, I told you 1,000 times to rein in your spending, which means I told you 1,000 times to control your spending. To control how much money you spend is another way of putting it. So rein someone or something in, rein in, means to control something or someone. So please do keep these patterns in mind and the vocab words. Practice them more to make them yours.